Hey everybody, welcome back once again to Jurassic World, where today we have a new Dunkle tournament, free Dunkle packs, and new hybrids. Holy crap. Yeah, it looks like that might be Irritator mixed with Dilo, maybe? Oh, Dippy. Okay. Dippy and Irritator. An irritated Dippy. Nobody wants to mess with that guy, because then he's just causing trouble. And Suchomimus and some avian. So this is the first time we're actually getting like cross species in a hybrid. This is really, really cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and... Oh, we got an acid in here. Hang on. Get our Megalodon out of there. We're so close to getting him leveled up to a level 40. Hopefully we'll have him done in the next couple of days. But, for the time being... oh, you know what else? Let's go ahead and just... I wasn't actually going to do this, but let's level him up, because... yeah, it just kind of happened. Also, we haven't looked at our new addition. Look! It Sticks! Sticks! How you doing, guy? You doing good? You're looking good. You're looking toned. Ready to take on the world in the heat of the moment. Yeah! He's like, oh yeah! You guys know Macho Man? Yeah? That was a thing when I was big. We'll call him Randy from now on. That's just gonna be so much easier. Randy! Doing your thing, floating around, having a good time. He's like, just leave me be. No! We gotta look at you more! Ah. Just the detail. So yeah, his feeding cycle is actually really cool. Like, he eats exactly like the Megalodon, but still. Like, it's just different to see it. I'll show it to you guys later. But for the time being, we need to just catch up on some stuff. And one of those things is making a new hybrid. So let's fuse Irritator. And... man, that... We might have been put in a compromised position here. Is this gonna... I'm scared to see. Ah! Diplotator! Ugh. He looks like one of those things that, you know, like, have you ever put a pizza and like put something weird on a pizza and then been like, holy crap, why did I make that pizza? That's kind of how I feel about Dippy here. The Diplotator. Or Diplotator. Diplotator? Really? You look like a tater. He's like, that's good cooking. Creepy like that. I mean, seriously, why can we get so close to him? Like, I don't think I've ever been this close to a creature before. Is he just really small? I don't know. But this is a whole new ball game, you know? Oh god, his jaw just went through the top of his mouth. It's like a genetic defect. One of those inbred things that happens. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, I'm not an inbred! Ah. Come on, Dip. You don't like being pushed around? Really? Alright. Well. Just gotta do it a couple more times. So there he is. One of two new hybrids that has come to the park today. And, my god. I never actually thought that you could have a backbone and then have spikes on top of a backbone. I just didn't think that that looked genetically correct. And I still don't, because that thing is hideous. It seriously is. I'm sorry if you guys have any love for this game at all. This is just so weird. You know, I mean, like, I feel like our next addition to the park's gonna be like Bigfoot now. You know, just because we're gonna start doing... I mean, seriously, if we reach the point where we're going to be taking two creatures and merging them together from, you know, from an amphibian and a carnivore. Yeah, I know. Somebody's out there like, well, you can't merge creatures together. Well, actually, you can. It's called genetic engineering. It's a real thing. But this is like, this is like where the ethical borderlines are really, really, kind of like, wow, you know, did you really just do that? Like, imagine if you took, like, Sparky, your pet dog, okay, and then genetically crossbred him with Sophie the cat, you know, and then you have Sparkphilia running around, and it's just like, it's trying to chase itself, and you're just like, why the hell did I create that? That is exactly what I feel like now. I mean, Dippy. I don't know, but whatever. We're going to let him do his thing in his cage. We'll enter the Dunkel tournament, do our thing here. Hopefully, we can actually raise some DNA to level our new creature up. And why am I going to level him up? Well, because I can. I mean, I know I just went into this whole thing just saying, oh my god, why did we create him? But at the end of the day, he is an addition to our park. And we still have to take care of him like all the rest, you know? So, with that being said, let's do some battling. Ugh. That battle was so fierce that it actually stopped time. That's what happened there, in case you're wondering. It's fierce like that. So I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but there is in New Jersey a pit, okay? And this pit is basically left unattended, abandoned since late 2007, okay? Because there was a project going on there. All the workers left because the company went bankrupt. And it's just kind of been sitting there for a while. Well, a few years back, some paleontologists went in there, and they actually discovered that this pit housed some rocks that were dating back to the Jurassic period. Yeah. So basically what happened was they petitioned to buy this pit, these scientists from Drexel University, and now it looks like that's going to happen. They're going to be able to do it. It's 65 acres this pit covers of land in New Jersey. And they are looking to turn it into the next major dinosaur dig site. So yeah, you have like Hell Creek, Montana, and then you have the pit behind a strip mall in New Jersey. It's like these major resources of fossils. And yeah, I mean they've made some headway. They've made some slight findings over the last couple of years, and you know it's cool to see this happening because actually the scientists that are coordinating this dig, they are regularly inviting children out to participate in these digs. So I think last year they had like nearly 2,000 kids come out to the dig site to help them dig. And yeah, I know, like, you're bringing kids in to a controlled environment, and you're talking about digging for fossils, something that, you know, you gotta be extremely patient, and some kids are not. But you know what? It's good no matter what, because, like, even if they don't find anything, which none of the kids really have found anything, it's something to spark their interest, you know, into the field of paleontology. So, and I know what you're thinking. Well, there's never been a dinosaur that's ever been discovered in New Jersey, right? Wrong. Wrong. The world's first dinosaur came from New Jersey, my friends. The Hadrosaurus. Yeah. And you know where he was discovered? A pit. Yeah, actually, when he was discovered, workers had just found a bunch of gigantic bones in a pit, and that's what actually turned scientists on to what we know today as dinosaurs. So, I'm not saying that that was the first dinosaur bone discovered ever. Okay, don't misconstrue those words. All right, no, this is the first dinosaur that was ever discovered that started. It was like a jump start to the field of paleontology that we know today. That led to E.D. Cope and Marsh and everybody doing their thing, and the Great Bone Wars and everything. So, yeah, let's not get talking about that. I just thought that was pretty cool. Something new in the news. I mean, seriously, it's so weird. And the funny thing is about it too, right? I mean, like, you think, oh, well, this mall in New Jersey is, like, special because it has dinosaurs. Well, yeah, it could be. I mean, like, there could be fossils underneath the mall. There could be fossils at any point on the KT boundary line, okay? Like, the thing stretches across the world. Even bigger than the New Jersey fossil field, okay? There have been some paleontologists at a dig site in western Colorado that have found a area that is stomped with, like, dinosaur tracks, okay? And what they think this was a dinosaur dance to potentially impress mates. Yeah. So, like, what we know about dinosaurs and their connection to modern day birds is that birds do something very, very similar. So to actually find something like this in the field that displays courtship traces is just astonishing. And we're not talking about, like, you know, little Stegosaurus dancing around in a circle, getting jiggy with it, you know. We're talking about, like, a Carnotaurus or something big and carnivorous, okay, doing this, because that is what they found. I mean, it's just, wow, you know, that is pretty astonishing that they would put on this impressive little dance on a rock to win over a female dinosaur. And, man, you know, it gives you some insight into the mental behavior of the dinosaurs, and that there wasn't just, you know, I mean, like, think about it, right? Think about how much we've come away with, and I say this practically every single time we do this, okay? But think about how much we've come away with since the field of paleontology was started, okay? Back in the 1800s, right? Like we were just talking about. All the way back when there were the big bones that were just mysterious coming out of pits in New Jersey. And now, like, we know just so much. And think about 100 years from now, how much more we're going to know. Think about all the stuff that we know now that's going to be debunked or falsified, or, you know, I don't want to say debunked and falsified, expanded, okay? The knowledge will be expanded upon, and we'll have just that much of a better picture of what these creatures actually were. And they're going to be looking back at, like, films like Jurassic World, like they were the 1930 stop-motion dinosaurs, you know? They're going to be like, wow, these are so out of date. You laugh, but it's the truth. It will happen. And unfortunately, that's one of the potential pitfalls that comes with making any scientific discovery or feature film. I mean, it's gonna happen. Someday, like, you know, 100 years from now, somebody's gonna look back and they're gonna be like, well, look at they didn't even put feathers on the dinosaurs, and it's just so wrong. It's like, yeah, it is, but you know what? You can only do what you can do. This dance on the rocks, like, I was actually looking at a picture of it earlier today, and you can see there are just so many tracks on this stretch of land. It's probably, I don't know, I mean, I don't think it said in the article. I would say that this is maybe a 50-foot like long oval stretch. It kind of looks like an egg shape of land, okay? And there's just like, I don't know, maybe it looks like the dinosaur did a figure 8, kind of like in a dance. So I know that sounds preposterous, but it's the truth. It does look like it danced around in a figure 8 and did its thing, and then the dinos went off and they had a baby dino. Let's do this. Terry! Take him down a notch. Earn your dunkel! Work for your dunkel. Do the dunkel. Is that the dunkel victory dance? Yeah. So, here we are. Once again, lots of DNA. One reason to fight for that if you guys aren't too into getting duplicable dunkels, which I don't really understand who wouldn't be at this point. I mean, he is a new addition to the park, but whatever. So, we can go ahead and hatch that guy. Do our thing there. We have a hybrid in the making. Leveling up our dips, and that sounds so bad when I say it like that, but it's the truth. So, yeah. Dunkel, he is how close to a level 40? Oh, see, you know, when he's at level 40, he's only a 500 attack. What's Megalodon? Megalodon's like a 716? Wow. So yeah, Megalodon definitely worth the time over Dunkel. But as long as I'm getting them for free, I will be leveling up Dunks. So, there we go! Thanks for watching, everybody! Dippy thanks ya. Or Diplotator. Tater Tot over here. Yeah. The inbred dino. Dear God. What have we done?